If you were scammed or hacked and don't know what to do, it's important, in my view, to report what happened and get help. If you're concerned that the law enforcement is going to judge you, I think a lot of people in law enforcement have heard a lot worse than getting tricked by a scam or hacked. Even if you sent some visual content that you are embarrassed about, if you report something like a romance scam that you are a victim of to law enforcement, I believe there's a good chance they've seen a lot of examples of this happening before. I also believe that law enforcement is a lot more interested in catching the people who scammed you. I think a lot of law enforcement are there because they want to help people, but my viewpoint is that if they are solely caring about cold-hearted numbers, it could be harder for them to get a paycheck if too many taxpayers are scammed out of a lot of money. So, law enforcement, in my viewpoint, has a lot more to gain by helping you. Also, you'll be helping to potentially protect others from scams and bad hacks by reporting a scam or bad hack attempt. I'll give an example of a romance scam attempt that someone tried on me and how I went about reporting it as an example. If you don't live in the USA, you can research whatever organization or organizations in the country you live in that accept cybercrime reports. I was on a dating application and matched with someone. We were chatting and that person asked me to add that person's Facebook account. Having that person asking me to add that person's Facebook account was a red flag, and I was leaning towards this being a scam at this point, but I was curious how this would play out. Over the course of our conversations, that person asked me things about myself, including for some pictures that I didn't provide that the person I think would have tried to use for sextortion, which is when someone asks for money in return for not releasing certain visuals. At one point, the person said that the person was poor and needed some money. I think you know where this is going. Eventually, the person asked me to send money through some cryptocurrency payment system. That person provided a cryptocurrency wallet ID to send money to. That digital wallet ID was useful for the report that I sent to the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center. Long story short, some cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin use something called a blockchain, which is like a forever record of transactions made with that cryptocurrency. Let's use Bitcoin for this example. Bitcoin used to be thought of as anonymous, but now there's a field called blockchain analysis, which makes it easier to find who owns Bitcoin wallets. So, if someone in a scam gives you an ID for a digital wallet to send money to, I recommend including that digital wallet ID in your report. I also noticed while making the report that the name in the Facebook URL for the person I was chatting with was very different from the name in the profile. So that was another red flag that would have been good to notice earlier. I reported that profile to both Facebook and the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center, which you can find online, and I'm happy to report that the account was taken down eventually. However, there was something interesting that I noticed before the account was taken down and during the Facebook chats when I looked at some of the account's photos. There were other people commenting on the photos, which isn't too out of the ordinary. However, I contacted some to warn those accounts of the scam. Sometime later, I noticed one of the accounts had switched to a totally different person while it was still in my previous chat history. I'm not sure if that account was hacked before or after I gave a warning, or if the account had always been fake. So, the entities that I reported this scam attempt to were the site the person added me on, which was Facebook, and the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center. An interesting thing that happened was that soon after adding the fake person from the dating application on Facebook, the person blocked me on the dating application and continued to chat with me on Facebook. I'm thinking that this is to evade the account being reported since it was harder for me to report that account. However, If you can report whichever account was trying to scam you on the sites or applications the account was trying to scam you on, I think that's a good step.